It's Tom and Todd's Face Off on WRKO.com.
You've had your fill of the snow, the sleet, the slush, the ice. Now it's time for Face Off, your favorite part of every week on WRKO.com.
Mayor Thomas Menino's aide, John M. Forbes, was arrested for dealing drugs. Now several politicians are writing letters to the judge asking for mercy. Should Forbes be treated differently because of his status and his connection to the political power?
The question about Mr. Forbes in court, should he be treated more leniently or more harshly because of connections or because of the political work that he did for Mayor Menino? Neither one. Play it straight down the middle.
So wouldn't it be better then if politicians hadn't written letters on his behalf?
Well, they write as individuals who have known him for 20 years.
They write to sway the system because they're insiders.
So you name two people.
How'd this guy get no prison?
You name two people out of 100 who have written letters for him. You have priests, teachers, coaches, all sorts of people in the Eastie community who say, we know this guy.
If I was a judge, I'd use those to light my fire.
Oh.
Warm up the house. Got any more of those recommendation letters so that I go easy on that guy? Throw them in.
Cut down the oil bill.
A Brockton man was charged with a drunk driving offense for the third time after being stopped going the wrong way on Route 24. Should we look into punishing drunk drivers maybe more severely?
Oh, drunk drivers, man. Just because they go the wrong way down the highway, you can't really crack down on them just for that, can you? I mean, how do you know when you're drunk?
Is there anything more frightening? On the interstate, or the access ramps to the interstate, a car coming at you head on. I mean, this is trouble.
Have you
And
experienced this?
this is the guy's third time. I mean, the penalties are already there on the book at this point. Talk about a judge, whomever the judge might be. Todd, I'll be the sentencing judge on that. You want a hanging judge? Right there. You've endangered every woman, child, guy. Give me a break. No excuse for this one.
It's soon going to be moot. They've got a new chip they're developing, which will be installed in cars in the next several years, that will detect, without you doing anything, virtually instantaneously, won't start the car if you've been drinking. Wow. And then we won't worry about drunk drivers.
What will they do with folks like you who are impaired without booze?
That's a whole other problem. I don't know what they'll do. And how about druggies? I don't know what they'll do with them either. But the booze thing, which is a real, real danger, it's going away.
Wow. Not fast enough.
The Jets have bounced the Patriots from the playoffs. Should Tom Brady cut his hair?
I'll leave whether he should cut his hair to Giselle. He's a married guy, and couples can work that out among themselves. The Jets-Patriots game was a fascinating game to watch, and give credit where credit is due. I know this is not popular in Boston.
Yep.
The Jets are a good football team. They played the Patriots 3 times this year. They beat them 2 out of 3. Patriots could and probably would win the next one. This is an evenly balanced, but nobody should be crying in their beer. It was a good football game. The Jets played better.
It was a terrible game. But it was one of those games that was frustrating. You know, it's one thing when you have a seesaw battle when both teams driving and playing well and you really feel like they're both at the top of their game, but your team happens to lose. This one, I felt in the first quarter that, and which, by the way, the Patriots dominated. I still got the feeling they were going to lose because they just didn't seem to be firing right. But I give the Jets a lot of credit for making that happen.
I'm glad you came to that conclusion because the disruption of their smooth functioning that we had seen for game after game after game was attributable to the Jets. They played a great game, had a great game plan, and the execution on the Jets side of the ball was better than the execution on the Patriots.
To answer the question, though, you're a politician, so not answering the question is status
quo. It comes naturally.
In my case, I want to say Tom Brady should cut his hair, and he should never wear a pair of Uggs again. That's it. Facebook, Face Off, WRKO, Tom and Todd. We'll see you again next week.